This is the Real Pod Newscast with Levon Putney with a quick check on what's going on. So here's my man to get into it.
Happy Tuesday, everybody. I'm gonna have to name drop and humble brag here because Sunday night, I got to see Grammy-winning pianist Robert Glasper and one of his residency shows at the Blue Note in Manhattan's West Village. Great show. Had singer Miguel drop in. Sang some of his jams, and then we got to meet Glasper afterwards. He's from Houston, too, HSPVA grad. So 3 Houstonians together Sunday night at the Blue Note. Yeah, 2 Yates, 1 PVA since 94.7 The Block. Afternoon radio host Shelly Wade, who's about to say, my favorite stories of the day. Yeah, that voice. Yeah, she's actually friends with Glasper, and they hooked us up with tickets, so I appreciate Shelly for that. It sort of all evened out. I picked up the bill for the drinks.
My favorite stories of the day.
That Shelly Wade voice. Now, there's some single fellas in and around Los Angeles, most likely single, who are probably a little upset and in their feelings right now. Maybe not wanting to talk with anyone about how they got ripped off, but they should talk to police so LAPD can tack on as many counts as appropriate to the woman they're looking for, because this woman named Adva Lavie, or who goes by Adva Lavie, sounds like a made-up name after Avril Lavigne. Well, she's ducking and dodging police officers right now since a woman by that name has been swiping right on guys on dating apps, chatting them up, meeting with them only to break into their homes and steal their stuff. This ain't catfishing. It's more like dogfishing, and it must be good stuff, so she might be targeting cats who make or front like they make a lot of money. Yeah, cops say she was driving a white Mercedes-Benz and also a black Porsche SUV. And I'm not sure a woman driving either ride would want to settle for a Dodge or Nissan driving guy. Hey, I have a Nissan, so hey, maybe that's carism, but seems right. Anyway, the point here is just to advise single guys in L.A. to not hook up with any Benz or Porsche driving woman who goes by Adva Lavie. Now, this next story seems to be in a place where folks like their business up front with a party in the back. You feel? WSOC TV9 in Charlotte is reporting a fight broke out last Monday the 6th inside a Family Dollar store, North Charlotte, North Carolina, because a woman complimented another woman's NASCAR t-shirt and asked her to give it to her. As in, I'm not really asking, take off your t-shirt and give it to me. So, of course, the woman wearing the NASCAR t-shirt said no, but local police tell TV9 that led to a fight. Folks and workers in the Family Dollar store told cops the woman who wanted the other woman's NASCAR t-shirt started grabbing water bottles from a cooler and throwing them at the other lady. But if that wasn't enough, they say she left and came back with a gun for a NASCAR t-shirt she wanted off another woman's back. And they say she was pointing that gun at people, but someone already called police. Officers showed up, calmed her down, arrested her, then took her to get a mental exam. Yeah, she was accused of being in a Family Dollar store telling another woman to take off her NASCAR t-shirt because she wanted it. And then cops say she pulled a gun on the woman. Oh, yeah. And cops say her child was with her the whole time. No age given. Somebody in the store was quoted by WSOC as saying, hey, you just don't know what people are thinking. You don't know what they're going through. Truer words never been spoken. Well, WWSB ABC 7 in Florida's Tampa Bay area is reporting a couple is now facing charges because a 16-year-old boy was found walking alone along the side of I-75 the Wednesday before last, carrying a couple bags. And here's why. Northport police say the 16-year-old told them when he got back home from walking the dog after school that day, his parents were rushing to pack clothes, saying they were taking a trip to either Idaho or Guam. The boy apparently didn't want to go to either because police tell ABC7 that's what he told them. He didn't want to go, but he still got in the car. There's parents. Only cops say the parents pulled over at a point, told him to get out, handed him 2 bags with a .40 caliber handgun, a 9mm handgun, and some cash, and told him to take care of the house as they drove off. Police tracked the couple's cell phone to a town not far away, actually, not anywhere close to Idaho or Guam. They were arrested in Sarasota County Jail on several charges and $500,000 bond each. And just east of the Tampa Bay area in Polk County, Florida, is where the sheriff's department came out last Wednesday to say they were called to a public park about a naked guy Saturday before last, and said by the time a deputy got there, the man was dressed, but still arrested after ignoring the deputy and climbing up on some train tracks, trespassing. Well, the sheriff says this 51-year-old guy had been arrested 25 times before, so they knew him. They just did not know he was packing a thermos because he was empty-handed. But when they ran him through a body scanner while booking the guy into Polk County Jail, whoever saw that x-ray had to do a double take. That man had a thermos up his butt, a whole thermos. They shared the x-ray image and said they had to take this 51-year-old to a local hospital to get it out. Needed a specialist. They say that man could have died, but the specialist managed to open him up enough and out came a thermos. They say the procedure went well. He's back in jail. I had to lay down for a bit. Never said what was in that thermos, by the way, or if there was even anything in there to smuggle behind bars. Back in a moment, but before the break, a word from the Jams podcast.
Blazing the best hip-hop, R&B, reggae, soca.
You can get the Jams podcast mix on Amazon Music, Audible, iHeart, Apple Podcasts, and Deezer. Download the podcast for free.
It's Jams Hour Mix with Greg H.
Girl in bed, or for using baby oil to a suspicious degree? The law firm of McCracken and Butts is the team for you. We fight hard for our clients. No questions asked. We don't want to know the answers. We only want our clients to know we have their backs. And a towel to wipe the baby oil off of their backs. Our crisis management department has next level experience with celebrity clients to protect you from harm. Like sitting for a network interview after being indicted. Call McCracken and Butts at 212.
And now for the world around us.
Anyone wanting to see what an $11,000 hamburger tastes like will have to first see if they can get invited to a private room inside the Asador Aupa restaurant in Cabrera de Mar in Catalonia, Spain. That's where Gulf News is among news sites reporting in-house chefs at this luxury dining spot took 8 years to find the right ingredients and test them out over and over. And now reports say this burger's $11,000 price tag comes from the ingredients and not edible gold or fancy decorations. No, it seems to also come from wanting attention for having what they're saying is the world's most expensive burger. It's not on the restaurant's menu, so cannot be ordered or seen by anyone with a regular reservations. Nah, for us normies, we don't get to see it. Invitation only to spend $11,000 on a hamburger. The South China Morning Post is crediting the Hansu Daily newspaper with first reporting an 82-year-old woman in eastern China swallowed 8 small live frogs last month because she hoped an old folklore remedy would work to treat lower back pains. She reportedly had been dealing with a herniated disc for years, so the newspapers say she got a couple relatives to go outside and catch the little frogs, just never told them what she was planning to do with them. Ate 3 the first day, and the other 5 went down the hatch the next. And then the 82-year-old started having stomach pains. Go figure. So sharp, her son told doctors she couldn't walk. The Hangshu Daily paper is reporting it took 2 weeks of hospital treatment because doctors say those frogs had parasites in them, and those parasites damaged her digestive system. She recovered, now back home, but those doctors in China told newspapers they have had several patients in recent years with similar problems after eating raw snake gallbladders and rubbing frog skin on their skin. Just rubbing and eating parasites, basically. Hey, modern medicine is far from perfect, but be careful with those old wives' tales. She ate 8 live frogs. And back in a moment.
Enjoy this brief moment of peace. thank you for manifesting this peace into being. Brought to you by the ASMR Network, where every sound is a turn on.
What's up with what's going down, though?
Yeah, because raw dogging is pretty much slang for what brought Gen Zers into this world, but they've decided now that raw dogging can also mean sitting through something like a movie, TV show, or a show at a theater, airplane flight with no distractions. So in other words, no pulling out phones, just raw dogging this flight, no music, movies, magazines, or even sleep, snacks, or drinks, just sitting there, gazing, looking weird. Yeah, it's been a thing lately, too, on social media apps like TikTok, seeing video posts of people just staring ahead, which would mean they set up their phones to record themselves looking like they were raw dogging, but use their phone, so that should not count. Still, I digress. The New York Post ran a story on this and talked with a couple psychologists who said, hey, learning now how to tolerate boredom is an important skill, and that kids will start creatively solving their own problems and learn to use their imaginations more as a distraction or to figure out things. You know, like us older generations had to do. I hate to sound old, but we took sticks and rocks and turned them into hours worth of fun.
Workout Kid, 212-555-5555.
Baby, do you really love me?
Call now. $99 shipping and handling added to cost.
Boy, bye.
When she found out her life ain't been the same, they call me one pop, they call me one pop.
Ooh, one pop.
They call me one pop, they call me one pop.
That was my man, Slammy Sammy, with his classic hit, and used to have us all laughing while booty shaking. That's right. This is Mike Mann.
And that's it for another Real Pod newscast. Thanks as always for listening, and please follow the show on social media. Page is now up on all the social meds. Check out the show's new and improved website too. Have a great rest of the week. Back on Friday.
This has been the Real Pod Newscast with Levon Putney from Show Enough Productions. And for more, hit up the website, realpodnewscast.com. That's real with 2 E's. This is Big Daddy Marty Allen. Thanks for listening.